The world doesn't reward good people the way you think it does. You can be honest, loyal, hardworking, and still get betrayed by somebody you trusted. You can spend years improving yourself only to watch somebody less skilled take the opportunity you deserved. That's reality. And most people break when they realize this. But a few people become dangerous, not because they become evil, but because they stop being naive. They stop reacting emotionally to everything. They start observing, thinking carefully, calculating quietly, and slowly they develop something powerful. Psychological intelligence, the kind of intelligence that stays quiet while everybody else keeps talking. The kind that notices patterns other people miss. The kind that protects you from manipulation. Because the truth is, the loudest person in the room usually has the least control. Real power looks calm, controlled, patient, and in this video you're going to learn 8 psychological traits that mentally strong people use to survive in a world full of manipulation, fake intentions, and emotional chaos. Not to hurt people, not to become toxic, but to stop becoming easy to control. And if you genuinely want to understand human behavior, emotional control, and mental discipline, subscribe to Noetic Dominion, because this channel is built for people who want real psychological mastery, not fake motivation. Now let's begin. Trait number 1. Calculated privacy. Stop revealing everything about yourself. Most people talk too much. They explain their plans, their emotions, their next move, their fears to people who honestly don't even care. And without realizing it, they give away their power. Strong people understand something important. The less people know about you, the harder you are to manipulate. You do not need to explain every decision. You do not need everybody to understand your vision. Sometimes silence protects you more than words ever could. Notice something. The most respected people are usually not the loudest. They speak carefully, they reveal things slowly, and because of that, people listen more closely when they actually speak. Mystery creates attention, oversharing destroys it. That does not mean becoming cold or fake. It simply means learning emotional control. Not everybody deserves full access to your mind. And honestly, social media made this problem worse. People reveal their entire life online, then wonder why they feel mentally exposed and emotionally drained. Privacy is power now. Remember that. Trait number 2. Learn how to adapt without losing yourself. Most emotionally intelligent people are not the same around everyone. And that's not fake, that's awareness. You naturally speak differently with family than you do with strangers, different with friends than during serious situations. That's normal. But intelligent people do this intentionally. They study energy, behavior, communication styles, and then they adjust calmly. If somebody is emotional, they speak softly. If somebody is logical, they become direct and clear. If somebody respects confidence, they stand firm. This is not manipulation. This is social intelligence. Because one communication style will never work with everybody. Think about water. Water changes shape depending on the container, but it still remains water. That's how you should move through life. Flexible, without losing your core values. And people who master this become powerful in conversations, because others feel understood around them. Trait number 3, detach emotionally from outcomes. This one changes everything. Most people suffer because they become emotionally attached to things they cannot control: approval, relationships, validation, results. And once your happiness depends completely on something external, you become weak, because fear controls you. Fear of losing someone, fear of rejection, fear of failure. But psychologically strong people think differently. They care without becoming desperate. That's real strength. Imagine two people negotiating. One person desperately needs the deal, the other person is calm and willing to walk away. Who has more power? Obviously the calm person, because emotional attachment creates pressure, detachment creates clarity. And no, this doesn't mean becoming emotionless. It means staying stable. It means understanding that your peace cannot depend on temporary situations. Because once you stop fearing loss, people lose the ability to control you emotionally. Trait number 4, master silence. Silence makes weak people uncomfortable. That's why they keep talking, explaining, reacting, defending themselves constantly. But silence is psychological power. When somebody insults you and you stay calm, they become uncomfortable. When somebody expects anger from you, but you respond slowly and carefully, you instantly gain control of the situation. Strong people understand timing. They don't react emotionally in the moment. They pause, think, observe first. And honestly, most people expose themselves when silence enters the conversation, because they rush to fill empty space. They reveal emotions, intentions, weaknesses, all because they cannot handle silence. Learn to become comfortable with pauses. It changes your entire presence. People begin taking your words more seriously, because when you finally speak, it feels intentional. Trait number 5, understand people deeply. Most people only listen to respond. Psychologically intelligent people listen to understand. Huge difference. Every person you meet is secretly carrying something: fear, insecurity, pressure, pain. And when you genuinely understand human emotion, people trust you naturally, not because you manipulated them, but because they feel seen around you. Most people just wait for their turn to talk, but powerful communicators observe energy carefully, tone of voice, facial expressions, behavior patterns, hidden emotions. And once you understand what truly motivates somebody, you communicate differently. That's why emotional intelligence is more powerful than raw intelligence, because humans are emotional creatures first, logical second, and the people who understand emotions usually control the room without trying. Trait number 6, focus on results, not ego. This is where most people fail. They want to look smart, win arguments, prove people wrong. But mentally strong people ask a different question: what actually solves the problem? That mindset changes your entire life, because suddenly you stop wasting energy on meaningless battles. You stop arguing with people who only want attention. You stop trying to impress everybody, and instead you focus on progress, real growth, real outcomes. Sometimes winning an argument destroys the relationship. Sometimes staying calm creates better results. Ego wants emotional victory. Intelligence wants long-term success. And honestly, the older you get, the more you realize peace is more valuable than proving yourself. To everyone. Trait number 7. Control your emotional reactions. This is probably the hardest one, because modern life trains people to react instantly. One comment ruins their mood, one rejection destroys confidence, one stressful moment creates panic. But calm people become dangerous under pressure, because while everybody else reacts emotionally, they stay focused. And emotional control gives you an advantage almost everywhere in life. In relationships, business, leadership, even personal discipline. When emotions control your actions, your life becomes unstable. But when logic controls your emotions, you become harder to break. The next time life frustrates you, pause for a second before reacting. That small pause can change your entire future. And finally, trait number 8. Become outcome-focused, not attention-focused, not validation-focused, outcome-focused. Most people stay busy but never actually move forward because they confuse activity with progress. Real psychological intelligence means focusing only on what actually improves your life, your discipline, your mindset, your future, your health, your purpose. That's why powerful people protect their time aggressively, because they understand something most people ignore. Your attention creates your future. Whatever controls your attention eventually controls your life. So stop wasting mental energy on things that don't matter. Stop giving emotional reactions to temporary people. Stop chasing approval from strangers. And start building yourself quietly, because silent growth is still growth. And one day people suddenly call you different, not realizing you were rebuilding yourself in silence the entire time. If you made it this far, you already think differently from most people, so subscribe to Noetic Dominion for more psychology, discipline and mental mastery content designed for people who refuse to stay mentally weak. And remember this: the smartest person in the room is not always the loudest. Usually they're the calmest.